Hello everybody. In this video I will tell you what I already told you several times, that Novation MKII is the best MIDI controller on market. Now I will prove that, and why I will explain you why I think on that way. I have in front of me Novation 49 SL MKII, and behind is 61 keys. And I have another one that is Novation 0, just for controls. I will compare this Novation to some other controllers and to keyboards, then I will tell you why I think so, that this Novation is the best MIDI controller still on market. First, build quality is excellent. Second, Fatar keyboards, leading in industry. You can find those kind of keyboards in the best and most expensive keyboards and controllers, like Native Instrument has those keys, MK2 series on Novation, and MK3. They have this kind of keys built in that MIDI controller. On this controller, comparing to Novation Impulse, you can write SysEx messages. On Impulse, you cannot do that. With those messages, you can send commands to control, for example, intro, variation, keystroke, case start, start, hold, fill, breaks, or ending. So you can control transport of one instrument. If instrument is capable to receive those messages, then you can control with this keyboard. If instrument cannot receive messages, then you cannot. For example, Roland BK7 is not able to receive those messages for variation controls. And this BK7 cannot receive messages to controlling mix of the style in live performing. You can control upper section, you can control sounds, you can control styles, and you can control other CC messages like expression, some effects, portamento, and those things. But you are not able to control variation and synchro start, synchro stop, what you can do with SD90. Now, if you have templates dedicated to controlling one of those instruments, I have here around me 9 instruments. I have actually 8 sound modules and 1 Korg. So I will show you on those 2 instruments how you can control instruments, and then after that I will show you how you can control software and virtual instruments. Now, presently I am controlling Roland BK7. If I want to change sound, I can change it by pressing button. Stop. So here I have 16 buttons dedicated to control sounds. Whenever I press button, you can see on this BK7 partner on that iPod, you can see I will just switch to this part. Now, when I'm pressing here buttons, you can see changes of instrument because it is connected. BK7 partner is connected to my BK7 module. Just sometimes I want to use control from this iPod. So, but now if I press this, look at, we are changing instruments. So if I press here, beside of instruments, I can control styles. I'm playing one style. If I go here, I can call another style. And the style is dark rock. Let me stop. So, as you can see, I can control styles, I can control instruments, and I can control mixing of right hand, so solo section. I can have some other controls, expression, volume, some effects on CC 91, 93. I have control some, for example, I can control solo or polyphony, monophony or polyphony section. So those controls, but I cannot control variations because this BK7 is not able. So I have template, actually 3 templates. One template is for 61 keys keyboard, one template is for 49, and another is for 49 in using in studio with Cubase. In Cubase, I have combination that I can use control of this one. I can decide, do I want to control it from Novation or from Cubase? Now, how I can choose that template? Just press here, template, done. Look at that, 1-2 seconds. And I am playing this keyboard. If I want to switch to play another keyboard, done. Another keyboard, done. Now, what I'm playing now? Okay, let me see where I'm now. Okay, here. Okay, it is actually here on this place. I didn't see where is that button. Now, there is that button. Now what I am doing, I am actually controlling this keyboard up. So now I am controlling actually SD90, not Roland. SD90. Now in SD90, I can control variation, stop, key start, key stop. Look at what is happening here. No key start, key start, key stop. Now I can control, I can mix left hand rhythm section, right hand solo section. I can control pan, I can control effects, I can control, beside of everything that I can control on BK7, plus I can control variation, intro 1, 2, 3, key start, key stop, and all those functions that you need for operate to start keyboard and to operate parts of the style. So that was very easy. Press button, that's it. Now you are playing Roland. Press button, that's it. Now you are playing Catron. Now we will switch to see what we can do to if we want to control software. For example, Cubase, and inside of Cubase, virtual instruments. So let me move to this camera here. Before I do that, I will press this button and press Option to control Cubase with 61 version of the keyboard. And now I'll switch, and now in front of us we can see Cubase. There is Cubase. Now I am calling mixer, Cubase mixer. I can choose tracks. When I choose track, I can solo, mute. I can engage here button to monitor playing of instrument. That is virtual instrument. Which virtual instrument? I will call it with controller. That is actually Helion. And now I will just play with those quick change buttons, 8 of them that you can find on native instrument controller. So same functions, but now in native instrument you have just 8 not buttons, potentiometers. You have 8 of them for quick control. And there you have 8 of them, and beside of them you have plenty of potentiometers for other controls at the same time, without moving to another window. Now let us see what we can do with this instrument. So let me do some changes. So as you can see, I can control all those 8 buttons, and I can decide which kind of control I want to have on these buttons. I can change those controls. Now I have them as a default controls for this instrument, but I can change that. If I wanted, I can make my control that I want to control on those here buttons with those here potentiometers. With those actually potentiometers, not buttons. Okay, so there is virtual instrument. You can control any virtual instrument. With native instruments, you can control native instruments. For example, you can control what is called that native instrument. Let me see here. Just native instrument contact. Yes, native instrument contact. You can control native instrument contact, or you can control through complete. You can control other VST instruments. I'm talking about a native instrument controller. But with this one, you don't need to buy, for example, complete. Anyway, you can control any VST instrument from any company without any problem. Now I will move this down. So that is mixer. Now that is here virtual instrument, and I showed you when you choose one instrument, you can solo, mute, monitoring, recording, engage, start recording. Then you can scroll forward, scroll backward. Then you can just stop it, or if you go forward, stop, and then on the beginning, and then you can play your project. Stop. You can mix your project. You can control actually everything on Cubase. Everything, whatever Cubase has, you can control it. So there is no limit in things that you can control. There's only a limit of button that you have on your controller to use to control something. And we know that this control has, I think we already counted, 48 buttons plus 8 those pads and plus 24 potentiometers. That is a lot of control. We can control cut, paste, forward, backward. We can control calling windows. Then we can loop performing. So for example, like this. Okay, we can loop part of this. We can control markers. You can, whatever Cubase has inside, you can control it. Everything. Just decide what do you want to control, and you will be able to quantize. So whatever you want to control, you will decide, and then you can control. What I did here, I did that I can control pages. If I'm calling pages, for example, if I call my mixer, and then first page, actually third page is to controlling virtual instruments. Now I'm controlling with this one volume for my drums, and with this one I'm controlling balance of the drums. And if I go to the drums with this one, then I can solo, mute drums. So whatever, I can just record. And now if I want to see insert effects on those drums, I will just press this, and there are insert effects and there are send effects. For example, I don't have them there, but if I want to put some insert effects, then if I go to that effect, to plugin, I can even control plugin. So whatever I want to control with this one, I can control. So you saw that it's very easy. Press in second. Look at now. I am playing and I want to have access to everything right away in my studio without going to those devices, without going to anything else. Just from here, that is my command center. Now, press Roland, press SD90. I can choose whatever of those modules or press Cubase. And now still, I can use my controls for BK7 or SD90 or whatever instrument I have here in front of me. So that is the reason why I'm telling you that Novation MKII is the best controller. One brain, one center that allows you to control everything. So whenever I'm working on projects, everything is here. There is no another keyboard or controller that can do so much powerful things to control at the same time software, virtual instruments, and hardware. And a lot of choices to control hardware. So that is video about this controller. Thank you very much for watching this video. And if you cannot find Novation MKII, there's only one another keyboard that can do all those things with certain number of buttons, a little bit less than this one, but still it has more buttons than other controllers. It is Novation MKIII. So you can try to choose it, that controller, connect and work with that, and you will be happy. See you in my next video. Thank you very much.